Welcome to the Inspired Wild podcast. We are here in Wyoming. It's so fun. I'm sitting here in the lodge at the Split Rock Ranch. We've got the Wamplers, Shelley and Justin. You know, you guys showed up on the 30th, the night of the 30th. Mm-hmm. What'd you guys see when you got here? I mean, did you see some decent antelope?
We did. We set up down there in what we call Vulture's Knob and looked at pivot 3 and 4 like we normally do in the evening. We show up at 5, 6 o'clock, pushing dark, unload as much as we can, and then we haul down there with the spotting scope and binos and watch the pivots till dark. And there were a few decent bucks in there that I was able to get the phone scope on, low to mid 70s bucks. But Q had known, he'd been up here the weekend before and knew about these 2 bucks up here in this other pivot, so he kind of put those on the hit list. So
kind of giving you a heads up to him.
Exactly.
So, Shelley, take us through your day yesterday. Justin said they had a couple good opportunities. And where were you hanging out? What were you looking for as far as an antelope?
I guess to set the stage, I would kill any place else to kill a mid-70s buck. It's a great antelope. But you come out here, you draw this tag after however many years, you have a legitimate option or opportunity to shoot an 80-inch buck. Mm-hmm. And so the bar is set high, but my bar was set a little bit lower. I didn't wait 7 years. Right. And I had another tag, and there's a giant deer sitting down here that we have eyes on, so we'll get into that later. But, you know, kind of trying to figure out priorities. There were a couple of bucks that I was definitely interested in that maybe weren't quite in that high 80s range that Justin was looking for. So we happened to spot one kind of late morning, close to early afternoon.
Yeah, 10, 11 o'clock, I think.
Yeah.
So what we did was we went up pivot 2 like Q was talking about. He said, there's 2 good bucks up there. I need to go take a look at them, focus on those as far as how big they are.
Yeah. So we pulled back into Vulture's Knob so we could see if we could find those bucks that we had seen the night before. And there were a bunch bedded in that sage. But in the meantime, we spotted this guy. Real nice, lots of mass, good curls. So we kind of worked out a plan to drive down there and get closer just get better eyes on him. Well, when we got closer between the 2 pivots, he was definitely a shooter. He's one that I wanted to go after. But where we were at, the only play was the moving blind.
Right.
So, but it just made sense. There was a 2-track that followed that pivot. So we drove by, Matt and I jumped out, let the Suburban keep going, and luckily enough, he was curious enough that he held up for a period of time and gave me enough time to get a shot off. The antelope was actually about 35 yards, which for me is
right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, very doable shot. So that made me feel more confident. Setup worked great. Buck stayed there, gave us the time, got him on camera, executed the shot. It was a little bit forward. Basically hit him in that front shoulder. The good news, the silver lining, was he was hurt bad. I was unhappy, but he didn't go far and he immediately went down. And because he did bed down so quickly, I knew he was hurt. So we got a little aggressive. We pushed it to get the next shot in him, just to make sure he was done. Go down, please, please go down.
It's okay.
Sure.
Yeah, you start breathing. I know it sucks. It's okay. Deep breath. It's okay. Done.
Your first split rock buck,
Yeah.
antelope buck. How do you feel? I mean, are you
Oh
pleased?
man. Oh, absolutely. It's gonna be hard to beat.
Yeah.
It's a nice buck. It's unique. It's got character. It's got mass all the way to the points.
Alternative structure.
Yeah.
Is that a good way to put it? Right. But he's got points coming off.
Yeah. He's got
Some little
Got
nubs.
some little nubs on the back.
kickers for
Hard
a
curls.
Yeah.
For an antelope.
Hard curls
Yeah.
and
Real hard.
mass all the way to the tips.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. When you guys
beautiful
texted me a
buck.
picture of him, I said, good. I think the thing I responded with is good mass.
Did you guys still want to go back around?
Yeah. Yeah, let's go get an eye on some other ones and I guess get my horn meter calibrated.
Calibrated.
Yeah.
Did you know where these are?
This is stuff right on top of this hill here. Well, you should be able to see over the top. We're gonna be closer than I wanted to, but
There's a buck staring at us. That's a pretty good buck staring at us.
where are you at?
It's right here.
Just right
Oh,
here,
out here.
150 yards.
This one
Oh,
with
this guy
his
right here.
real nice
Oh.
curved all the way around.
His cutters look pretty good.
I'm thinking maybe we can get up to that knob out here. Maybe he'll angle towards the hill. Yeah, potentially.
Well, I'm getting impatient. So, he's big enough to shoot. That's all I need to know. He was really weird. His cutters aren't real tall, but he's got length above him. I mean, he was pretty tall. Drive down to the corner gate here. Hopefully he just keeps feeding, doesn't pay attention to us. There's been enough traffic out here today. And then two of us will drop out. I think we're just gonna have to get a decoy out because it's wide open. So, I mean, if we can pop it up, they don't pay any attention to it, as slow as we can, just work our way in. He picks his head up, just stop, hang out, work our way in, see how close we can get. These ones behind us are watching, but I think we'll be okay.
Won't be too long, but they won't be able to see us anymore.
Yeah. Okay. No, he's right in front of us. I see his head. Go straight towards the cow. To the right. See him to the right. See him. Those are the does. That's the buck in the back. Oh, he's working his way towards us. Yeah. You're all right. Just keep going. Just squat it down right there. Get a look. No. He's coming to us. What are the does doing?
Nothing. Just standing there. They're getting a little antsy.
What's the buck doing?
Nothing. Yep, they're taking him with her. Headed that direction.
Yep. That was not good. That close.
Well, 500 yards, it seems like a win. That is a good time had by all.
Even had the wind. Perfect. Went up with the other group and blow them out.
Oh, they're not even in the same county
Oh
anymore.
no, they're gone. Well, stupid does. It's worth a shot. 0 for 2. Too many eyeballs. That buck broke off and went to the right, didn't he? Yep.
You mean like?
See him going hard right? That's a good buck. That's the big one.
Oh, headed towards the cow?
Think so. That'll be our next one. Get the cow decoy. He said, why's that antelope got 6 legs?
So we got the wind like this, right? So ideally, my thought is to go kind of in and then kind of perpendicular. But I don't want to push them out that way. If I'm going to push them anywhere, I want to push them that way.
Yeah, let's go down the road and then come around the back. Those 3 bucks are in the far back next to the burnout area.
So maybe we even take the road around and then we start angling in on them.
And then come from the north to them because the does are going to bust first. If we can get around them and then get closer to the bucks rather than going through the does,
So almost all
and
the
they
way
won't take
around
them with
the
them.
back.
So yeah, we're going to have to get around anyway because the wind's straight this way.
So how many hunters can you get in a telephone booth? We're fixing to find out.
We're about to
I've
find
taken
out.
some video and some pictures, so I'll send that to you.
That's interesting. So we've got a plan here.
That's interesting.
The wind's picking up just a little bit. Still not bad for Wyoming.
Not bad at all.
But we're going to try and utilize this Montana decoy, moo cow decoy, and we're going to utilize that in combination with the John Deere decoy.
We are.
So what we have here is apparently some cows have gotten off in the alfalfa. So, well, we have a cow.
We do. It actually worked out because they're not supposed to be there.
They're not supposed to be there, but they've
And
been there for how many days? Couple days?
Couple days now.
Couple days?
So they're fairly used to them. And
So, and the tractors don't bother them. So
Not at all.
we're gonna actually get on this big old 746, and we're gonna work our way around, get the wind right, try and get around these does, so we don't spook them.
Right.
And then we're gonna bail out, set up, and then the tractor's gonna move out of the way, and we're gonna see if we can't move in and get a shot with a lot of people behind a decoy.
a lot of people.
But we don't need much. We just need that 50, 60-yard window, broadside or
If we can get them to pause for a few seconds, we should be good. Here we go.
We got 3 arrows in running. 3
Go. Good?
Yep. Back or straight out. Go.
They let you keep going?
Ready? Trev, I'm gonna need a range. I got a rough one. It's the one walking left. What do you got?
Ready? Grab, I'm gonna need a range. I got a rough one. The one walking left. What do you got?
So here we are in this amazing planned out sequence of events, but the buck is 89. I mean, it was something you were like, we need to get closer.
Yeah, it started out I think 88.
Yeah,
when we jumped out.
So, which was a little further than what we wanted, because he moved. I looked at you, Justin. You kind of looked at me, and we kind of left the camera guys set up behind us, and then we end up getting to the next stopping point, and he is dead broadside to us with his head down feeding. Dude, yes! I cannot believe that! I can't believe that worked!
Oh God.
Nice job!
Here, let me out.
So in this situation, having the decoy, I think, really it did exactly what we wanted it to do.
Well, his body language, like I said, he was feeding. He'd pick up his head, he'd look, but then he'd go back to feeding. He was perfectly broadside. He was calm as can be. I made sure the pin settled, and I held on him for probably several seconds, kind of compose myself and get some oxygen back in my blood and hold a little more steady and complete the shot.
And the shot was phenomenal. It seemed at first a bit forward. He did not go 15 yards.
No, he face planted and then snow plowed and
was
did a little front flip, and
DRT.
That was it.
Dead right there. How rare is it to be able to share that with everybody?
Right.
And that's pretty special.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, ho, ho. White belly. All right.
Nice.
Oh, he's big.
Oh, look at that's awesome.
He's a stud.
Hey.
He is a stud.
Nice job.
Thanks for keeping an eye on him, Larry.
No kidding. Look at those cutters.
So everything we talked to, he's got everything. What is he?
Look at this.
So he
Oh.
at least an inch and a half. He starts to fork an inch and a half above his ears.
He's
Massive all the way up. Good cutter length, and then he curls.
that's awesome.
I mean, that's everything you could ask for in an antelope.
no
Got some
kidding.
mass.
But look at those cutters. I mean,
Yeah.
that's huge.